Hey everybody, welcome back. Another episode of Banish the Doubt. Today I want to talk about how we unconsciously stay or unconsciously choose to stay in a past that doesn't serve us. We do invent ourselves in each moment new. We are new in each moment. Now, for a lot of people that's very paradoxical. Yes, what do you mean? How can I be new in each moment? But we are. Physically, we can't see it. Physically, we look in the mirror, we're the same person. We look like the same person, but we're not. But we unconsciously go through our life living based off of a set of emotions, a set of beliefs that have been programmed into us that we are unaware of. Like I've mentioned in the past videos, the Jesuit faith has been talking and has been preaching, if you will, to their followers for over 500 years. And it says essentially, give me a child from birth to age 7, and I will give you the man or the woman. Scientifically, we now know that in the third trimester, our brains turn on like a light. If I flip that light switch on the wall, our brains turn on. So, if in the third trimester our brains turn on, well, then where are we getting our information from? Our parents, society, our family, our parents, and then the larger family all around us. So where do they get theirs from, right? So you can just sort of figure this out, you can just figure this out generationally, right? Ancestrally. Now, if you were born into a family that maybe had struggles with money, struggles with alcohol, substance abuse, well, that's the programming that was downloaded into you from third trimester through age 7. But then from age 7, the conscious mind starts to develop and we start to download, almost like me typing into this computer, programming for ourselves. So, transitioning in today's video, we say here, invent a new you in each moment. We do this. So you see these, and I want to credit and recognize Tom Caron for this here. Okay, the way he put this is where I learned it from. The past. So these dashes like this for the person, okay, who we are. The now, who we are now is red, and then the future obviously is the black dashes. But we focus on who we are from the past because again, that made up this guy here or this girl here. These memories that we have from our past. If you're somebody, maybe you had a challenging childhood, or a variety of things that happened, your memories are from that. And if you're hanging on to that, or if you're being identified, and a lot of us are identified by this unconsciously, we go through our life, we don't even realize, again, like Dr. Joe Dispenza said, by age 35, we are a memorized set of emotional reactions, hardwired behaviors, beliefs, and perceptions. So that's all here from our past. This is who this person is. And it has an influence on our future person. But again, we change in each moment. And I'm going to talk about that in a second, a little more. Memories, okay, have no relevance. It has no relevance to who you are right now. Literally have nothing to do with you anymore. It has nothing to do with you right here now watching me. If, however, you choose to define yourself that way, if who you are right now, you're saying, I'm looking to change, then you make a declarative statement in this now moment, okay? This is who you are. That these memories have no connection to you whatsoever. They can still be there physically or as a memory in your brain. You can still see them, but emotionally, they have no connection. Okay, you decouple. This is how we're going to do it. Decouple the emotion from that. It's not about blocks. Okay, a lot of people talk about, oh, I have these blocks. It's not about. They're not blocks. Only if you choose to define them as blocks, then they're blocks. But if we redefine our thinking, then they're no longer blocks, okay? It is about investigating belief systems that we bought into and identifying them. So, The belief systems go back to what I was talking about starting the video. When we were third trimester through age 7, this is the program and this is the belief system that was downloaded into us. It affects everything. So, for instance, a young couple falls in love and they have this honeymoon, right? So they go through that and they're very much in love and everything is just roses and butterflies and rainbows, right? But then when they start to live together, the hardwired beliefs, right? Emotional reactions, beliefs, perceptions start to come to the surface. And then suddenly one of the two or both, they drift apart because they're defined by this, who they are here. Their emotional reactions to situations start to come up. A lot of times you find out financial situations, or one strays away and meets another person. I'm sort of generalizing here, but you kind of understand where I'm going with this, okay? So we go now to so now we're going to recognize those beliefs that are out of alignment with your truth, who you are at your core. We're going to recognize that these beliefs that we have, these past memories, are not in alignment. That's why you don't feel good, because they're not who you are at your core. This is why we don't feel good when we think about them. Okay. So we recognize these beliefs that are not, or they're out of alignment. Okay. With your truth. They do not belong to you. Now, I mentioned these beliefs that were downloaded are from generational, ancestrally beliefs that have just sort of been filtered or recycled throughout generations. Okay. You can let them go. Now, again, if you're sitting here looking at this, watching this video, and you're saying, these are some the way I work, the way I act, and what have you, I want to let go of this. Let go. You choose now. You declare now. You want to let go. They don't have any connection to you emotionally anymore if you choose to do that. We've been given them by, okay, parents, friends, society. So identify them as someone else's beliefs because you don't want to carry them around anymore. By the way, if you're new to this channel and you're watching this as your very first video and you like what you're seeing, hit the subscribe button, hit the notification bell, and you can go back into my library of my videos and you can see the videos that I talked about carrying a bag, that we all have this bag, and I like to say the bag of bricks. Okay. And in these bricks that we carry, oftentimes most of them are these beliefs that have been downloaded into us that we're carrying. But there are parents' beliefs, okay? Their mom's beliefs about how you deal with situations. Their dad's belief, if one of them, or if dad is somebody who, things get a little kind of crazy, he goes off and he gets drunk, he gets smashed. So if that's your belief, that's the way this is the information that was downloaded into you, and this is how you handle stress or what have you, well, then if you find yourself struggling with substance abuse, and if you feel you need help with that, then go get help. But this type of video may help you in that respect, that you are not him. Okay. That is not who you are. You can literally change in this moment. You change that past, because if you are sitting here now saying, yes, I am a new person right now, we all are. Well, then by definition, if you're new, you could not have had that past. You are not a substance abuser. You are not somebody who was abused. That's the other person. That is not who you are. You are right now choosing in this moment to be a brand new person, which is who you are. And then the diagram I had here in the last page, then the future, you change. When you make that declaration, you change both. You change the past and the future. Why? Well, because you're a new person right now in this moment. This is why I talk about in all my videos to get present in the moment, to go inward and to say, yes, I am, you fill in the blank. If you've been struggling with money and inside of you have the ability to create multi-million dollar, generate that type of income, then that's who you are right now. You say, I am a millionaire. You look in the mirror and you see the same person, but you don't get fooled by that. Because as you tell yourself on the inside, you then change everything, your past and your future. You want to then talk about and think about what type of past did a person who's a millionaire now have? You were brought up in a society or you were brought up in an environment that, yes, people talked about money, not about grinding or whatever, but talked about they attract it. Okay, everywhere I go, I attract money. My mindset is set up that way. I have very fulfilling relationships. I'm in a wonderful, beautiful relationship with the love of my life. And if you're dealing with a situation now with maybe you have challenging challenges in your relationship, you declare now that you're that type of that's who you are. Okay. So we don't carry around society, mom and dad's beliefs anymore. We let go of those bricks. We look at our bag and we start to pull those bricks out, lighten our load, as they say. So, so once we understand, okay, so once we understand they don't belong to you, these beliefs, they no longer have any effect on you because effect, this is the definition of effect. Effect is only what you choose. You choose to be affected by. So when we really get down to this, we realize, okay, so I'm choosing this. Even though it's been unconscious, if I, beyond this, do it, I am choosing this. Okay, I've been unconscious to this point, but from now on, I am choosing to be affected by these beliefs. When we have beliefs that are unconscious, we feel the effect because we're not aware of what the belief is. So that's huge. When we are unconscious, we feel the effects when we think about it, but because we're not aware of what the belief is, what we believe them to be. Now we change that. Once we know the belief, we no longer choose to be affected by it. This is why I say the memories will still be there. We can still see the event that took place or the people, what have you. But we consciously choose, I'm no longer being affected by it. I'm going to distance myself from that. I'm going to recognize that I had to come through that to get here. Why? Well, because I'm here. That's why. But I bless that person or I allow that person, that old me, to just sort of drift away. And the abuser, the person who abused you or whatever the sort of circumstance was, you allow them to recognize they didn't know what they were doing. They were unconscious in that moment and let them go. For some of you, it may be a little more challenging to do that, but you practice that because the act of gratitude, thanking yourself, being thankful for that situation. I know it sounds paradoxical maybe right now to think that way, but that is the way that we free ourselves and then we allow ourselves this beautiful life now to happen. The future is not the future, it's now. You change first, and the rest of that takes effect. Okay? So, identifications of the beliefs. That's the key. That's the whole premise of this video today. It's identifying the beliefs that we have been unconsciously carrying around with us all these years. Now that we can identify them, now that we choose to get rid of them, now that we can choose to allow that person to just be, that we are no longer that person, that is the lighten our load. We feel lighter. We feel like, wow, a weight has been lifted off my shoulders or off my chest. We understand that we never affect anybody else. We choose to change who we are. And then when we change who we are, others then change. We never change them. We never look or seek to change them to have us feel differently. It's the opposite. We learn the opposite of that, which is I choose in this moment to be happy, to be fulfilled, to be joyful, to be grateful. And in so doing, everything else out there has to change because out there is nothing more, ladies and gentlemen, than a reflection of what's going on in here. That is my message for you today, guys. Thank you again so much for each and every one of you for subscribing to my channel. If you like what you saw today, give it a big thumbs up. Share this information with others, because as we get this message out to the world, we heal the world. One person, one video at a time, one belief system that we change at a time. Thank you again so much. Enjoy the rest of your day, and God bless.